to Morning Market Call. I'm your host, Joel Toby, and with me is Elizabeth Keeler and Nathan Beck. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Good to be here.
Great. Now, both of you did your internship this last summer at Zions Bank in Salt Lake City, right?
That's right.
Cool. Tell us about that.
It was a great experience. I really was pleasantly surprised all along the way. I think I was like anyone else, where there's a lot of uncertainty going into an internship. You're not sure if you're going to be making copies or, doing something substantial, and I was really pleased all along the way with Zions.
Awesome. So what type of things did you do?
So I had the greatest internship ever, not to brag, but my internship, so I was actually on in capital markets, they have a small trading floor.
Okay.
And I was able to sit on the floor, sit with the traders and the salespeople, see what was going on in the markets, put together some pitch books, was able to help out with them some of the deals they were doing.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
That sounds really high-paced and really exciting there.
So, yeah, but it's not New York, it's still Salt Lake City.
Yeah, it's Salt Lake City. Huh? So Zions Bank, how were you able to get an internship there? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure, I can talk about that. So I got my internship exclusively through networking.
Cool.
Capital markets doesn't have a regular MBA internship program. So I actually interviewed with David Hemingway at BYU at a mock GFA interview session, and so I happened to be placed with him, met him. It went really well. Stayed in touch. He came back to BYU to teach a class, and I approached him after and actually just asked him straight up if I could do an internship, and she said, sure, let me get you in touch with some people. And
cool.
Yeah.
So he remembered you, huh?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that was all the way.
How could he forget me?
That was all the way back from like the first couple of weeks of school, right? Like when you're doing those mock interviews.
Yeah, in January. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in January. Cool. Now, Nate, what was some of your highlights of your internship?
So I was working in the corporate finance division, and I was on the team that is forecasting charge-offs for the commercial real estate loan portfolio.
Okay.
And it was a very exciting internship, just because charge-offs of real estate, that's extremely relevant right now, and arguably the top concern of most banks. And it definitely was the case with Zions. And so it was very interesting to see how the process that they go through and the process they go through to forecast these types of charge-offs.
Cool. Now, real quick, so was your internship very structured or was it very ambiguous?
Mine was very structured. I got there, and I think there was an intern class of about 30-something interns. And so every Thursday we got together and listened to some executive at the bank speak about his experience at the bank, great exposure to different departments. I knew the project that I'd be working on before I before I showed up the first day, and I felt it was very structured.
Cool. How about you, Elizabeth?
No, my internship was totally unstructured. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being ambiguous, mine was like 15. It was like, you just, like, I sat on the floor and I realized like I had total control about what projects I wanted to do, what I wanted to set up, what I wanted to learn. You'd have to be really, really comfortable with ambiguity to, excel in that kind of environment.
Cool. Now, what was it that you enjoyed most at Zions Bank?
I really liked just the experience that I had. I know that's kind of vague. I'll be more specific. It was very fascinating, great financial modeling experience to go through what Zions Bank does. And
with today's economy, I bet there's a lot of relevance that's the banking society, firm goes with today's economy. How did that play in that?
Absolutely. It was, things were changing all the time. Banking is highly regulated, so basically what we were doing is the same thing that banks in New York and all across the nation are doing. So I felt I got great experience with financial modeling and gaining those skills.
Awesome. Yeah, I bet it was really exciting that you'd wake up in the morning, find out that the Federal Reserve did something, and then that totally changes the way you have to look at your job, and it's very very quick pace, on your toes kind of thing. That's really exciting. Well, Elizabeth, Nathan, thank you so much for joining us. That wraps it up. Oh, that wraps it up for another episode of Morning Market Call. Don't forget to check us out at morningmarketcall.org. Thanks again.
MMC is brought to you by the Marriott School of Management in association with the Brigham Young University Department of Communications. MMC is made possible by a generous donation from Larry Tasjan and Gary Williams. and is produced by Rhett Weller, Todd Castagna, Mason Chen, Joel Toby, and Sabrina Beck, with line producing by Beth and Brian Grimmer. For more information, find us on Twitter or at morningmarketcall.org.